All right. Roy was talking about if Lord came back tonight. No, I was thinking about that before he said anything about it. If he did, it's working, not working, so it goes there. Oh, but I don't know if he did. If Jesus did come back tonight, we'll be ready. Will we be ready to go with him, or will we run from him? No, we live it in a time right now that just it's awful. The people are just they got a state of mind that they just I don't know for some reason they can't get out of it. They can't change anything that they're doing. I'm gonna read some verses out of Psalms 116. I'm gonna start with the fifth verse. Everybody there? All right. As gracious is the Lord and righteous, yea, our God is merciful. The Lord preserved the simple. I was brought low, and he helped me. Return unto thy rest, O my soul, for the Lord hath dealt bountifully with thee. For thou hast delivered my soul from death, my eyes from tears, and my feet from falling. I will walk before the Lord in the land of the living. I believe therefore have I spoken. I was I was greatly afflicted. I said in my haste, all men are liars. What shall I render unto the Lord for all his benefits toward me? I would take the cup of salvation and call upon the name of the Lord. I will pay my vows unto the Lord now in the presence of all his people. I'm stop right there. Oh, I was I was studying this evening, and I've been I've been down some of these paths in the last couple of months. I've been down some of this stuff I've been dealing with myself. You know, we serve a merciful God, and you know we try too hard sometimes. I believe to serve ourselves, and take care of problems that ourselves that we can't fix. You know, there's a lot of things. We got so much stuff going on out here in the world today that it's hard to stay focused on anything. People people can't stay focused on it, just about anything they're doing. No, I get I get off in these little world, I guess you call it, of my own sometimes, and I figured out something. The Lord's answer. He's the answer to everything. You know, you can't go wrong. But people don't want to hear you talk about it. People don't want to, don't want to have anything to do with it in the times that we're living in. I guess it ain't nothing no different than it ever has been. It just kind of seems like it's more technology and more stuff out there now that people can do. There's more stuff people can do other than serving God, and that's what they're doing. You know, they using excuses, but excuses is not going to get us into heaven. When you stand before God in judgment, excuses ain't going to work for us. You know, we're going to have to make up our minds what we're going to do. You know, we're not doing that. People's just not. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're pretending. A lot of us pretending to do it. A lot of us pretending like they're serving God. You know that because they want people to see them in certain places and stuff like that. They want people to see them coming out of church or going into church or see their car church parking lot on Sundays, but you see the same car at a bar on Monday. So what's the purpose? The purpose is we're not serving God. We're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. If you want it to be your way, stay out of God's way and let Him help somebody that needs Him. I don't mean to say that in a bad way, but it's the truth. We need to be, if we're not going to give it all, don't give none of it. But God's jealous. He wants it all. He wants all of us. He wants to eat every single one of us. He does. But it's not happening. It's too much. It's too much of this, like verse 11. It's too much haste. It says all men are liars. And sometime or another, that's going to happen. I mean, I used to be pretty good at it. I used to be real good at it. I used to think I was good at a lot of things. But I found something a little different. Then it went to a lot different. Instead of counting the days that we have left here on earth, we need to be making those days count for God. We don't have much time left. You look at the world around you. This thing's going to come to a halt. If you want to turn your back on Him, that's your choice. If you want to pretend like you're serving Him, that's your choice, because you're the only one that's going to answer for those decisions. We make those decisions, and we're going to have to stand, and we're going to have to answer for them. We make those excuses, we're going to have to stand, we're going to have to answer for them. Life can be a beautiful thing, but we got to use it in the right way. And the Lord is the onlyest way. We got to return something to Him. We got to give Him our troubles. We got to do what He's asking of us. And He's not asking us to kill ourselves, nothing like that. He's just asking us for our hearts and to follow Him. Pick up our cross and follow Him. That's all He's asking. But in that time frame, we got to be paying attention, and we got to be listening for what He's telling us, what He's saying. We don't. He's had mercy on us so much that it's unreal. He's had it on all of us. If it wasn't for Him, most of us probably wouldn't be here today. I know I wouldn't. But faith is getting very weak everywhere. Churches, homes, in the public. Everybody's scared they're going to make somebody mad. Everybody's scared they're going to hurt somebody's feelings. We got to take care of ourselves, people. If you make somebody mad, that person that you make mad ain't going to be able to stand judgment for you. You want to stand on your own 2 feet. It's one time that we all going to have to stand on our own 2 feet. Nobody can't do it for us. Nobody can't help us with it. It's going to be on the decisions that we make now. If we don't make those decisions to serve the Lord, then y'all know what's left. We can't do in the world what we want to do. We got to drop back and serve Him. We got to make what days we have left count. We got to make them see ourselves enter into that kingdom of heaven. You can sit around, you can do whatever, You can feel sorry for yourself. You can be depressed, think nobody don't care, but I'm going to tell you something. The Lord is always with us. He's always caring. If he wouldn't care, we wouldn't be where we're at right now. If he wasn't merciful, we wouldn't be where we're at right now. Because we're in a place right now that we can get this thing right. We have an opportunity to get it right. We don't have to wind up in the pits of hell, but just because of ignorance and stupidity. We don't have to do that. It's a little harder to serve the Lord than it is the devil. Because the devil's easy. Everything about him's easy. And he will just gobble you up. He will make you so depressed, and he will make you so lonely. You could be in a room of 10,000 people and feel like you're the only one in there. And he's good at what he does, and he's going to take advantage of it. We need to be taking advantage of the Lord. We need to be taking advantage of what he has to offer. We need to be accepting him and letting the world go. Right. Getting the devil out of our lives, because he's going to keep walking on you as long as you let him. He's going to keep on. As long as you let him walk on you, he's going to do it. He's going to put you just exactly where he wants you, and that's as low as you can go. In that meantime, when he puts you there, what if you're called home and you ain't ready? You're walking with the devil instead of the Lord. That don't mean you ain't going to die. That's right. That don't mean your heart ain't going to stop beating. That don't mean you're not going to stop breathing. Right. Just because you're walking with him, as long as you're his friend, that don't mean you're not going to get called out of here. It's just going to be a miserable place when you do get called out of here. It's going to be bad. We could drown ourselves, in that junk and serving the devil. We could drown ourselves in it. I know that for a fact because I done been down that road. I don't want that road back. I don't want that life back. I found something better. You ever been driving in summertime when it's raining and you see these frogs jumping across the road in your headlights? It's not because they're out of water because it's raining. It's because they're looking for something different. They're looking for a different place. That's what we was doing. When we was following the devil and we got down as low as we could go, we had to find something different. We're no different than those frogs except when we walk a hop. But they were looking for a different place. They was looking for something different. And it wasn't because the home they had run out of water, because it'd be rain. Looking for something different. We can find trouble and sorrow anywhere. You can find that anywhere you look. It ain't none of us that don't have trouble. It ain't none of us that don't have sorrow. We can find that anywhere we go. But we can get help with it. The Lord can make that stuff so much easier. It don't matter how bad the trouble gets. It don't matter how sick you are, how bad you feel. I know somebody that can help that. I know somebody that can fix that. I guess one of the things in the world today that's really bad on people is stress. Everybody you talk to is stressed out about something. Give it up. Let it go. Give it to the Lord. He will fix it. He can fix stress. He can fix depression. He can fix a bad heart. He can fix a bad lung. He can fix anything. But it's up to us to ask him to fix it. And I think that's where we're failing at in the world today. We're not asking the Lord to intervene in our lives. We're not asking, and people act like they're embarrassed because they asked the Lord for something. Why would you be embarrassed to ask the Lord for something? People are too embarrassed to come into a church and ask the Lord for something at an altar. But they're not too embarrassed to ask you to pay the light bill.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They're not embarrassed about that. If they are, they don't show it. You know, we're a trap. We're like a coon in a live trap. If someday don't let us out, we're going to starve to death. And that's what we're doing. We're starving to death on the knowledge of the Lord. People are just starving when they don't have to. You know, and it's not only individual lives that's at stake, it's our souls. The most important part of our body is what's at stake. That's what we're giving up on. Yeah, I agree. Life's hard. I agree with that 100%. But the Lord Jesus Christ, our Savior, He can make that road a lot easier. But we got to take them first steps. We got to make up our minds who we're going to serve and how long we're going to serve it. We can't jump in here for 6 months and then right back on that same path. Those doors rotate. They spinning around and around all the time. They're coming in one side and going out the other. When they get what they want, don't see them no more. They get that feeling in their heart for a little while. Then they lose it. The reason they lose it is because they're not living. They're not following the right spirit. They're not following the Lord, and they're following their own instincts. Like a while ago, I was talking about the frogs crossing the road on a rainy night. Just think, how many of those frogs don't make it across the road? Car gets them. How many of them don't make that new destination? Hawk or owl or something picks them up. They're no different than us. Some of us is going to make that destination to heaven. But some of us ain't. Because we give up too easily. We give up on the Lord for the wrong reasons. He don't give up on us. We give up on Him. No, just because I say something that you ain't satisfied with, or these two say something that you ain't satisfied with, start looking for that different place. Start looking for a different direction. It don't take much. The people that in the world now, it don't take much to make them leave. All you got to do is just say something a little bit wrong, and you know the biggest thing that makes them leave is telling them the truth. When you telling them the truth, that's when they're going to leave. As long as you telling them what they want to hear, they'll hang around a little longer. But when you tell them the truth, that's when they got to go. They got to find something different. You know, if there was ever a time, it's right now to get this thing right. You know, we're so far behind in the ways of the Lord. If we gave it 100% for the rest of our days here on this earth, we wouldn't get caught up because we're so far behind. We're so far back, and we set so in our ways so much that we don't want to hear the truth. We want to hear what we want to hear. We don't want to hear what's true. We don't want nobody to get involved in things that we're doing. We want to keep our little secret life, and we don't want nobody getting involved in something that's, even when something bad's happening in your life, somebody could have an answer.
That's right.
But we gotta let people know. Can't keep it hid. No, We all got troubled waters. I mean, that's all of us. We got that. We're gonna have the storms, and we're gonna have them until we leave here.
That's right.
They're not gonna go away. But the Lord can help us with it. You know, we can get a lot of things fixed on this piece of wood. A lot of things can be taken care of right there. Things can be healed. Things can be fixed. Families can be fixed. But we got to do it. We have got to make that decision. We got to make it truthfully. We got to get to our destination. But we got to make a choice which destination it's going to be, heaven or hell. So our faith goes down. Seems like when our faith goes down, the rest of it follows. You know, we got to hold our faith strong. If we don't have your faith in the Lord, the devil's going to rip you apart. You know, he's going to ramshackle your life any way he can. If he can't get you personally, he'll get somebody you love. You know, he has. I know we all get tired. We get tired of fighting these battles, but the Lord will give us the strength to do it. You know, and we gotta believe in Him. I mean, we got to count on Him. We got to let the rest of it go. We got to give up on our ideas and live His plans. If we don't, we're just digging that hole deeper. I asked somebody, might be Thursday night at the nursing home. Yeah, I think it was. When I was talking to that girl, I asked her if she believed in prayer. She said, yes, I believe in prayer. But she said, I don't understand. I don't understand why people pray like they do. So I think I found some scripture, and it might be in Hebrews that I've read her I read her some verses, and we sat and talked for a while, and I said, do you truly expect me to believe, or the Lord to believe, that you believe in prayer, but you don't know what it's about? I, I wouldn't been hateful to her or nothing, but I wanted her to explain to me what she was thinking. We talked for a while, and I think we got it. I think we got that worked out where she understands what praying is all about. And we wound up having a good service, and she even stood up and testified. And I think we got that pretty much covered. And we can't give up. If you don't know something that you need to be knowing, ask somebody. Or somebody will have an answer. And somebody will have the truthful answer. If you don't think one person's telling you right, ask somebody else. Brother Roy was talking about this morning about telling the truth. If you've told somebody, like he said this morning, if you told somebody the truth 100 times, they're going to pretty much believe what you say. But like he said, if he's only in between somewhere, you're going to question it. But we ain't got time to question God. And I think that's what people are doing. People are questioning Him, and we don't have time for that. We don't have that kind of time left to be questioning Him. We need to just drop everything we're doing and find Him seriously. Seriously find Him and let Him seriously be in our lives. If not, we're going to get trapped in some of that unbelief stuff. We've been in enough traps, people. We've been trapped enough by the devil. We've had Satan to set too many snares and too many traps to catch us. We need to be counting on the one that's real, the one that's true. And that's the one that we need to be getting trapped by. We need to be getting caught in the Lord's in the Lord's place instead of everything else. No, if he did come back tonight, like Billy said earlier, believe it be on a Sunday night because the houses of church of God's houses would be empty. No, and that's true. We don't know when he's coming, but it ain't gonna matter. If he does come tonight, if we're not prepared, you know what your destination is. You know what you've wound up in. We're gonna be kicked around a whole lot before some of us will before we leave from here because we're gonna have to fight those battles. You know, and temptation is coming. It's gonna be personal, it's gonna be physical, it's gonna be mentally. It ain't no object that the Satan is not going to try. He's going to try to rip us apart. He's going to try to stop us from getting into heaven. And he's not going to give up. The only thing we got to fight him with is the word of God. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that can defeat him. And we got to use it. Time has come that the flyers are fading away. The time has come that we have got to use the word of God against him. Because he knows he's running out of time. And all we got to do is look at the world around us and we know we're running out of time. But we got to believe. We got to believe in the Lord. We got to trust him. We just got to drop everything that we're doing and put our life in his hands and trust him with it. We just the world's falling apart and it's not going to get any better because God's been taken out of everything. So it's not, it's not going to get any better until something is turned back to him. And if we don't do it ourselves, nobody else ain't going to do it for us. So we need to get this. We need to get this together, and it's not no game. No, it's not no game we're playing. We're playing for real. People think it's a game. This is not Monopoly. This is the future of our souls. What decisions we make and what destination we choose. That's our future. And it's all up to us. Nobody else can't do it for us. One event we're not going to miss. We're going to stand before God in judgment. Nobody's going to miss that whether you're ready or you're not ready. You can use that. You can use it however you want. You're either in or you're out. There's no in between. Nobody's going to set you up on a shelf and make you make up your mind. So we need to quit. We need to quit getting the Lord out of the closet, off the shelf, and knocking the dust off of him when we need him. We need to keep him in our pocket all the time. And we need to be following him, not trying to lead him. We need to get our priorities straight, our ducks in a row, and be prepared to make that destination. Be prepared to make that journey. Come on, look, I'm about done. We need to be prepared for that. It's time's running out. We need to get our hearts in the right place. We need to get our minds made up. Waiting, time may run out on us. I'm about done, so I thank y'all for listening. I'm gonna give it back to Roy. I know it was scattered, but
Let's
all stand, please. The invitation hymn is for some.